We're riding the Curly Wyrley. Hello, bicycle adventure clubbers! Oh my god, we got it right! We're starting today's journey in Wolverhampton, outside the former residence of George Molyneux, and that's this fine building behind me is the old Molyneux Hotel, which used to belong to the Molyneux family back in the day. And Mr. George Molyneux, who was the only son of Benjamin Molyneux, who came to Wolverhampton and was a very successful ironmonger. Very successful ironmonger, and as his business grew, they then became moneylenders. And the reason we're sitting here today is because we found a new canal called the Wyrley and Essington Canal. And we're sitting outside of this house because it was George Molyneux in the late 1700s who provided most of the finance for the building of the canal. So it seemed appropriate that we start the journey here. George Molyneux was the only son of Benjamin Molyneux.
Yes, he was.
But he had two sisters, Sarah and Mary.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sarah and Mary. So we're going to pretend to be George Molyneux's sisters today. So our brother, Ark, he funded the Wyrley and Essington Canal. It was finished in 1795. I won't give you too much here because we're right by the dual carriageway and it's pretty noisy. They needed to build this canal so they could get all the coal from all the coal fields up near Brownhills and Wyrley and Essington and get the canal into Wolverhampton, but more importantly get it into Wolverhampton without going on the Birmingham Canal navigations. Now I'll take you around and show you in a minute, but obviously Molyneux, very famous name. It's the Wolverhampton Wanderers Stadium, isn't it? And the reason that is down the back here, after the Molyneux family sold this house, the big area at the back was turned into a big park with a cycle track and everything. Okay. And in the 1800s they used to have amateur cycle races there and all sorts. But that park was eventually bought and was turned into the football stadium as we now know it, the Molyneux. So I'll take you around and show you a little bit of that as well. So yeah, we're starting here from George's old house, our George, and we're going to go off up the Wyrley and Essington Canal and tell you a little bit about that as well. So we'll see you in a little while. So just to have a little bit of fun today as well, and to encourage some of you out on these routes, we're going to be hiding a couple of these along the Wyrley and Essington Canal today. And we'll drop some Easter eggs into the video as to their location so you can go and find them, and when you do, let us know. Now you'll notice that the cut at the minute is gin clear and full of plants and wildlife and all sorts. That's because during lockdown there's been no boats coming up and down here to keep the channel clear and free. So it's all pretty nice. It's all nice and clean. Horsley Junction, and this is the start of the Wyrley and Essington Canal. canal here. It goes off up through Heath Town, and it's pretty industrial because we're in the outskirts of Wolverhampton. But it's a nice paved cycleway, and it's quite pleasant. But listen, while we're getting through the industrial bit, we've got to have a serious talk. We've got to have a serious talk because we have a lot of comments on our videos about how brummy we sound, and we do. I've got a black country accent, and I don't mind you mentioning my accent. I'm quite proud on it. Steeped in heritage and history it is. But I a Brummie. It's a black country accent. I don't even sound like a Brummie. Yeah, I'm upsetting a lot of Brummies, to be honest with you. So Mary's a Brummie.
I'm a Brummie.
Her's a Brummie. Her's a proper Brummie. But I a Brummie. So it's a black country accent. We say things like fettle and Boston and yo, I, Orbin, Baya. That's a setup, look at that. Whoa!
Do a posh black country accent.
There are a posh black country accent. We're working class folk. You don't have posh accents in the black country. You don't get up and you go to work and you come home again. Posh black country accent. I don't know. Brummies, now the Brummies try and sound posh. That's why they're a bit different, are they? Just after Rookery Bridge, the towpath turns into it's almost like, well, it's a gravel path. This is where it's going to get nice. And the canal is full of lilies. I think that's what they are here. Liverpool Bridge and the towpath, I'm sure in some point in the past has been paved, but it's reverted back to its old gravelly rutted self with the all the vegetation just growing back across it, so it's pretty challenging. Junction, and this is where the canal would have headed off up north, not very far up into the collieries there. The Snade farm is still there now. That's the old lock that's been filled in. Lock would have been in there. It's all overgrown now. The canal's all filled in, all gone. There's a ton of folks fishing on the cut today, which reminds me of the old black country joke. Aina can I lie? Aina can I lie? He goes into the pub and he says, I've been fishing. He says, you I have, yeah? He says, oh. He says, I've been fishing. He says, what did you catch? He says, I caught a whale. He says, yo, day. A whale in the cut? He says, oh. He says, fished it out lovely. He says, what have you done with him? Did you chuck him back in the cut? He says, no, I put it back on my bike. Just come past Stubbs Bridge. And look at this is all brand new gravel. We've just got to Walsall, so it's been a lovely route so far. It's a brilliant gravel path. A lot of it is a little bit muddy, single track in places, but it's been good, hasn't it?
It's been lovely, yeah. It's a great canal route. It's been good because we haven't done this one before.
We've never done it. I don't know why we haven't done it.
It's new to us. So the paths, they're different all the way along. So we've had some gravel, we've had real mud,
real mud,
some real mud, real muddy.
Not stick on mud, not pretend mud, real mud.
And a little bit of just dangerous verges with this grass.
Danger verges.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm like for danger verges.
Yeah, because Mary, with danger verges, because Mary nearly goes in them, doesn't she?
I usually do.
So yeah.
So it's been good. I've enjoyed
it's
these
been
little
nice.
routes. It's been good. Yeah, it's been all new, and it's been a great day.
I don't know if this comes across on the video, but the Wyrley and Essington Canal is not a straight canal. It takes a very circuitous route, and that's because it's what they call a contour canal. Now, Mr. William Pitt was the engineer that built this canal with the Wyrley and Essington Canal Company, and rather than pay to do cuttings and put locks in, he followed the contours of the land, and by doing that he avoided all the gradients, therefore avoided the cost of taking the canal up and over. Also, it's a pretty old canal. It was finished in 1795. A lot of the newer canals down on Birmingham Canal Navigations, you'll see that they're all dead straight, because they were like, yeah, we've got this sus now. We realise if we can take everything in a straight line through a tunnel and up and over, we're going to save people a lot of time. And also they were getting pretty rich by that point, so they could afford to do these things. But because it's quite circuitous, I think that's the right pronunciation, that it earned it the nickname the Curly Wyrley.
Is that anything to do with the chocolate bar?
It has nothing to do with the chocolate bar, Mary. The Curly Wyrley Canal has absolutely nothing to do with the Curly Wyrley chocolate bar. That was invented by David John Parfitt in 1970, 175 years after the opening of the Wyrley and Essington Canal.
It was named after the Curly Wyrley chocolate bar.
Or the chocolate bar was named after the canal, but no, absolutely nothing to do with it. So this is the Curly Wyrley. We're riding the Curly Wyrley.
We're riding the Curly Wyrley, yeah.
Here at this, I don't know whether I doubt this is Canal and River Trust, because as far as I was aware, these these radar scheme gates that allowed access for disabled people to the canal, they were all left open by the Canal and River Trust because they were cumbersome and the keys were broken and hard work. But some delightful soul has done this. So now no one can open it, and I'm guessing it was to stop the mopeds up and down the towpath, but we've just passed two, so it doesn't work. So as you can see, I think we've pretty much left the West Midlands conurbation behind. And we're out into, of course, when it was built, the whole thing would have wound its way through countryside, but the West Midlands has been built up around the canal. One of the best bits we missed, though, I'm a bit gutted, with there's a bridge that goes over the canal, and they actually they cut the main street in half, so they didn't have to build two bridges, and redirected the road to go over the bridge on the canal. I'll try and point it out on a little map to you, but I thought that was fascinating, the decisions they made when they were building it. But yeah, we're right out in the sticks now. This is great riding. Hasn't it changed?
It's changed, yeah.
This is lovely, look.
It's like going through like a time warp.
Really?
Isn't it? Yeah, because you've got the old back.
Yeah.
When we left Wolverhampton, seemed pretty old, and then coming into like different sections of it. This is weird, but it's nice.
Well, we're out in the country. We're out in the countryside now. Yeah. Look at this. This is the Horsley Coal and Iron Company. Obviously built this bridge. 1824, Pelsall Works. And there would have been barges up and down here full of coal and all sorts, and now it's so peaceful. Here we are.
It's lovely. That was a lovely ride. The last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's been lovely. Real peaceful.
Yeah.
And nice. Yeah. You're enjoying it, Sarah?
I'm enjoying it. It's nice. Mary's on her Sonder.
I'm on a Sunday. I don't think I could have done it on any other bike today because these tyres are fantastic. They're gripping the path, and there's been different paths,
Yeah.
like the gravel. They're gripping the verges, you know, the grass verges, and it's holding it steady, and it's holding this bike steady, which I'm quite pleased with.
So Mary's running a Vigilante on the front and a Trail Boss on the back. She's probably done better than me because these tyres are really aggressive. Look at the tread on them.
Yeah, the tread suits.
Biters and biters. Some Rangers on the front and back, but these are fantastic tyres for gravel and hard pack, and they are 2.8 inches, but to be fair they're pretty rapid, so I've been enjoying those. They're sort of they float over everything. It's great. Over in a path now, just a bit of grass. It's beautiful though, look. The canal originally had got to here. We're gonna head off up this arm here, which goes up to Brownells towards the reservoir.
Yeah.
But this branch here, and I'll read you the sign, this is the Hatherton Junction, being restored by Lichfield and Hatherton Canal Restoration Trust via the Cannock Extension Canal. Lichfield and Hatherton Canal Trust are restoring it. They've got a brilliant website with loads of information on there, and it's brilliant to think that one day you'll be able to ride your bike or bring your boat all the way from the Staffs and Worcester all the way up, back up onto the Coventry Canal. I think the Curly Wyrley is by far one of the best canals I've ridden in the Midlands area for variety. It's a real journey. It's fantastic. It's a real, very interesting. Takes you right through all from the industrial Wolverhampton all out into the countryside here. We're on now. This is part of Route 5 now. We're heading up towards the reservoir, which was the feeder reservoir for the canal systems around here. How many?
14. Just counted them.
How lovely. I don't know if you can see that sign, but that says Cat's Hill Junction, and that's the end of the Wyrley and Essington for us. You probably can't see all the way up there, but the sign does have BCN written on it, which is Birmingham Canal Navigations. And we did say that the Wyrley and Essington was built by the Wyrley and Essington Canal Company, but that's because in its later years the Birmingham Canal Navigations actually bought out the Wyrley and Essington Canal Company and engulfed it into its vast network. Come on.
I can't get my leg over.
Oh gosh, you can't get a leg over.
It's been a long
You've been able to get it over for a few years, have you? So that's the end of our trip for us. It's been brilliant. It's
been a nice ride. Sarah enjoyed it.
what a contrasting canal, right from up in the industrial Wolverhampton all the way out through the countryside and the niceness. It's really recommended. We've put 2 of our badges out for you to find. Hopefully you'll find them. But we're going to head south now on the Rushall Canal, which will take us back in towards Birmingham, and we'll go down towards Perry Bar and down that way back to Spaghetti Junction.
So it's another 15 miler.
Which is just 15 miles home. I don't know if you're in shot even. You've got to come in. So Yeah. It's what have you enjoyed it, Mary?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be so nice. I was expecting it just to be an old canal,
Another cut.
overgrown, industrial parts of it, but there wasn't really, was there? Apart from the Wolverhampton, the rest has been fantastic. It's been
Lovely.
a great
Really
ride, yeah.
really lovely route. Really varied paths, varied, and because it is the Curly Wyrley, because it really, you know, wiggles and winds its way through the countryside. You don't get bored. It's not like coming up the Birmingham main line
No.
where you just straight through.
Yeah,
So it's
different ride, yeah.
really lovely. So we hope we've cleared up for you the Black Country accent thing and the Birmingham accent thing.
I just sound a little bit posher.
Mary just sounds a little bit posher than I do. I'm obviously just more working class than Mary.
Black country accent.
That's a Black Country accent. That's
yeah.
pretty good. Oh, yeah, Babam, you're all right, yeah. So yeah, hopefully we've cleared that up for you. I don't mind really. I don't mind, but I thought, you know, I've got a platform. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put you right. So the Laura cyclists out. It's lovely. Really beautiful evening. So we're going to crack on now, and that's the end of the Wyrley in Essington for you, the Curly Wyrley. I hope you've enjoyed it. There is a blog to accompany this, and I'll put a load of historical information in there because I've enjoyed researching it and I've enjoyed looking it up. And now we've ridden it. We've ridden the Curly Wyrley. Yeah,
It's amazing.
we've ridden the Curly Wyrley.
Great
So
name.
thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't forget, if you have liked it, give us a thumbs up. There's a little thumb down there. Give us a thumbs up.
Thank you.
Please press the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you'll find out when we do another video. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
So if you're riding up and down the Curly Wyrley, please have a look out and have a search for one of those.